If you're in the market for a tablet, the iPad has been the primary choice for tablets for a lot of people for many years. And while some budget options from Xiaomi and some other brands have been launched in the recent past, no real Android competitor has emerged apart from flagship ones from brands like Samsung. Well, OnePlus has just launched the OnePlus Pad and it looks really promising. In this video, we're going to unbox it and take a first look at the new OnePlus Pad. The OnePlus Pad is priced at 37,999 and you can save some money by applying some bank offers, and they are including a folio cover as a starting offer with the OnePlus Pad. Typically, it comes without any cover or case. The keyboard case will be sold separately, as well as the stylo, which is basically their version of the pencil, which also incidentally magnetically attaches to the top of the OnePlus Pad. But you need to put it in a very specific way, in a very specific place for it to get recognized and also show up and charge. Because if you just attach it magnetically, it might stick to the OnePlus Pad, but it doesn't properly connect or charge or show up. So let's talk about the OnePlus Pad. It's a fairly nice looking rounded tablet. It has a 11.6-inch display, which is a 2800 by 2000 pixel display, a strange resolution, but it works for this. It's also an LCD display, which is not really common nowadays. You're expecting an OLED, but this is an LCD with a really high refresh rate of 144 Hz. What's different is that the touch response is also the same, which is not typically the case with OnePlus devices, but in this case, you get a touch response of 144 Hz. If you set the OnePlus Pad to less than 120 Hz of refresh rate, then the touch sample rate also becomes a maximum of 120 Hz. So there's a balance there. So they're probably overclocking the display and the touch sampling to give you 144 Hz, which is interesting nonetheless. You can set this from the settings panel. Being an LCD display, it's not very vivid. If you looked at OLED tablets, then you will definitely see a difference. Also, by default, the tone is a little blue. So you'll have to set the colors from the settings panel as well to get the best result. There are some presets if those work for you, or you can manually adjust the warmth or coolness of the display to get the perfect color balance. The display is also only 500 nits, which is great for indoors, which is where most people will use this. But if you're planning on using this outdoors, then 500 nits may not be enough. Now, running everything in the OnePlus Pad is the Dimensity 9000 mobile chip. It is really power efficient and it also delivers some graphics as well as performance capabilities. You also get an option of 8GB plus 128GB of storage. And then the second option is 12GB of RAM plus 256GB of storage. For battery, you have a 9510 mAh battery, which also offers a 67-watt SuperVOOC charging capability. The charger is included inside the box. The OnePlus Pad is based on Android 13.1 and it runs a version of Oxygen OS, which is more like Color OS as we've seen in the past, but this new version is slightly more aligned with Oxygen OS as we've seen on the OnePlus 11 series of devices. So if you're somebody who's into designing or sketching, the stylo will be really useful for you. It has very low latency of only 2 milliseconds. You can also tilt it to up to 60 degrees, so it detects that tilt angle, and it also senses up to 4096 levels of pressure, so you can have a deep touch to get a thicker ink line or a light touch to get a lighter ink line. It has that pressure sensitivity as well. We tested it out a little bit and it works really well, especially the tilt angles. They work really well. If you're sketching, you can get some shading in there with this stylo. It looks nice, especially for the price that all of this entire package is available at. As far as cameras are concerned, you have a 13 megapixel main camera which will shoot up to 4K 30 FPS and an 8 megapixel front-facing camera which will shoot up to 1080p, again 30 FPS. While this may not be sufficient for a lot of people, just having cameras on there is great because at least for the front-facing camera, you can use it for video calling, which will be a major use case for a device like this. And the rear camera can come in handy in certain scenarios. If you're looking for higher-end video recording capabilities, I would highly recommend using a smartphone as compared to a tablet anyway. Either way, it's a pretty good package, especially if you're looking for an Android alternative to an iPad Pro, and also at a much lower price than the iPad Pro. You do get all those features more or less in here. You do have 4 speakers on this device as well. This color, it's called the Halo Green. It's a really nice green tint color, and you get the matching keyboard color as well. The pencil is white. I call it the pencil, but it's actually the OnePlus Stylo, but it does look like the Apple Pencil quite a lot, and you do get an additional tip inside the box as well. So if you do run out of the tip, you can replace the tip, just the tip. So if you guys are interested in us reviewing this device, let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash the like button. We'll have links to the products in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.